All right, let's see what nature items we've got. That's a very good example of native rose granite, Thomas.
I think it's quartz, Mr. Hatch.
Or possibly quartz. What else do we have? An eagle feather.
Barn owl, more likely. My book says eagles migrate west after spring.
I think you have an earlier edition, Kenny. Ah! Black rush. I'm quite sure.
The Park Service doesn't allow us to pick plants.
Mr. Hatch! Mr. Hatch! Mr. Hatch! It's Pete. You gotta come quick. I don't know. He was over by the caves. You gotta come quick.
The caves? Is Pete all right? You boys, stay here.
Okay.
Show me.
Come on, hurry up!
Hope it wasn't a mountain lion.
Actually, they're called panthers in this part.
Will you just shut up? Pete? What is it? Are you okay?
Cool.
You still got it, Malone. You worked that bag pretty good.
Yeah, could have been a contender. Gus.
As long as the bag don't hit back.
Watch it, Gus. Hurt my feelings, I'll stop coming to this dump.
Who you kidding, Mr. FBI man? You use that fancy fitness center uptown, but you miss my sweet face.
Is that what it is?
Malone.
Answer it. You gotta open the flap. Yeah. Okay, put him through. Chief? Yeah. Of course I remember.
Well, we just found another body.
How long ago did you find him?
About 6 hours.
Okay. Look, we're on route. Secure the area.
You got it.
Okay. Keep the bag warm for me, Gus.
Victim was found 6 hours ago in Coleman, just outside of Birmingham. Been missing for a week. Took the same bus to and from work every day. Cuts across a public park to her apartment. Bus driver confirmed she got off his bus at 6:45, then headed off through the park. She never made it home.
Were any of the other missing persons connected to the park?
Unknown. The only commonality with the abductions is that they all occurred within a 30-mile radius.
The victimology is inconsistent. You have women from 18 to 51. 10 white, 2 African American. This guy's a hunter.
They could have disappeared for different reasons. Running from the law, an ex, a drug deal gone bad.
Sheriff ran the names through missing persons in NCIC. Did more than his usual follow-up because of community concern.
Shallow grave, victim was dressed. He might not have been fully committed to the murder. Could be the first time he's killed.
Let's hope so. George, run this through our database.
My God!
I thought it was hot in Atlanta.
Agent Malone,
Chief Stubbs.
thanks for getting here so quickly. Sorry about the heat. El Nino, you know.
Special Agents Grant, Alvarez, Fraley.
Dr. Waters?
Yes.
I've heard about you.
Nice to meet you.
As promised, I put a copy of the files in each one of your rooms at the Three Palms. It's just a few miles up the road. Nothing fancy, but it's quiet, comfortable. Had a couple extra phone lines put in and a plain paper fax machine. I hate that curly stuff.
Thank you.
Restraints on her wrists and her ankles. Strangled from the looks of the bruises on her neck.
His body was dug up.
Well, it looks buried to me. Maybe he's just sloppy.
No, he's a planner. I mean, he brings cord for her wrists and her ankles. He used a shovel. Maybe he forgot something and had to come back. He wiped the dirt off her face. Redressed her.
And a gentleman to boot.
You missed a button. Something must have happened, something he didn't count on.
I'll get her on a table out of this heat. I'll have more to tell you.
Yep.
I understand you guys found the body. You want to tell me about it?
You got ID?
Yeah, you guys see it.
Oh, FBI? It's cool. It's just like Agent Mulder.
What kind of heat do you pack?
Did you know Dahmer personally?
George, check prison arrest records for violent offenders in the area and see about any parking tickets in the neighborhood on the evening she disappeared.
I got my first suspect, a kid named Kenny Watson. Okay, he's a little young, but I say we arrest him now, save us all a lot of trouble. This kid's got serial killer written all over him.
You got nothing from them?
I can identify barn owl feathers.
Try the victim's family, the bus driver, canvass the rest of the area, see if you can put a clock on the abduction. Maybe we'll catch a break, find someone other than the bus driver and the killer who was last to see her alive.
What should I do?
Keep digging.
Preliminary autopsy confirms that the cause of death was manual strangulation. Bruises are fading, but you can still see imprints. Thumb, forefinger. Definitely a righty. Crushed her windpipe. I'd say she was killed less than 36 hours ago, and this heat and humidity conditions for dissolution were optimal. Any longer and she'd be soup.
Any other trauma?
Nothing internal, no semen, no tears. I still have toxicology to do. I'll probably learn more from the insects than from this poor girl.
He's in it for the kill. All right, thanks, Chris.
Come on. Come on, damn it.
Are you sure hanging on it's gonna work?
No, but it's making me feel better. Never underestimate the power of a good left hook. Okay. What do we got?
Nothing on violent offenders released in this area. Also, I combed the park and surrounding areas. No witnesses so far. I talked to the family. Joyce Granger has no enemies, no psycho boyfriends, current or ex.
One piece of good news. One name on the list of missing persons, Jackie Nichols, was picked up hitchhiking in Seattle.
That leaves 10 people still unaccounted for. Keep checking. Grace.
What I've got you're not gonna like. Larva on the remains revealed a contaminant, turpentine. 70 cents a gallon. And any genetic calling card that he may have left behind has now gone hasta lumboogie.
Oh, great. A psycho with a minor in forensic pathology.
Not necessarily. I mean, people post this stuff on the internet all the time. How to fool the experts, make a bomb, avoid taxes.
Who knows what we're looking for? What'll convict him?
Want to give us a sketch?
Well, it looks like he planned the attack, brought the tools that he needed. No signs of excessive abuse on the body, so he wasn't expressing rage, but then he went back and he dug her up. To look at her or to revisit the crime. Maybe he felt remorseful. Or, I don't know, maybe he was double-checking to make sure he hadn't left anything behind.
Sam?
I get the feeling that something happened. I mean, some kind of accident happened either during the commission of the crime or as a result of it.
To him or to the victim?
To him, I think. He redressed her, right? But all the buttons were out of whack. Now, This guy's not sloppy, right? I mean, he's cold, he's controlled, he plans well, he kills efficiently. Those buttons should bother him. I mean, they're bothering me.
Unless what?
Unless maybe there's something wrong with his hand.
He's disfigured?
If he's disfigured, wouldn't there be a certain amount of rage in the killings?
One would think so, yeah.
There's no sexual component.
Killing may be the only form of intimacy he can have where he doesn't feel self-conscious or judged.
So, he's probably done the hooker thing. When he scared all of them off, he went killer on us. I'll check with Stubbs. See if they've got a red light district.
What, here in Coleman? They don't even have a Starbucks.
So, he's got a steady job, a car, place in the community.
Job, nothing too challenging, mid-20s, 30s. White male.
Sam, when you mentioned remorseful, doesn't that, by definition...
Suggest someone who acts compulsively and then regrets what he does, which would explain why he went back and dug up the body. But the effectiveness of the abductions, the recidivism, the variance in victims, all point to someone who is ingenious in a way, has a certain amount of self-control, someone who is cold, who does not act out of passion. So...
Okay. It's been a long day. Let's pick this up tomorrow.
Hey.
Go to bed.
Oh, I did. I mean, I was, but it was too hot to sleep. I'm just going over the case notes. This is a no smoking room.
I hate that.
You know, Billy, Ted Bundy had external stressors that moved him from an organized state to a disorganized state.
Sam.
You know, but Ted Bundy was not disfigured. He was
Sam.
charming. He was good looking. You want coffee? What?
You just had Coleman's best guest at a nice Italian dinner down the road. Veal piccata, red wine. They have a garden.
Not just like that, you didn't.
There's a reason why agents on intense cases burn out, Sam.
Not a problem, Billy. I'm fine. Listen, you know that contaminant that Grace mentioned? I am beginning to think that we're dealing with a guy who has an affinity for crime scene investigation. I mean, not like a cop, but more than just some guy who's grabbing stuff off the internet. I mean, that's why the profile doesn't fit. He doesn't want it to.
That's why we have tomorrow, to make it fit.
Yeah, we have tomorrow.
We don't even know if we have a serial killer, Sam. And the others are unconfirmed missing persons. Look, you said the killer might have a physical deformity. We're working that angle. That's not bad for a day's work. You're putting too much pressure on yourself.
Bailey.
This isn't a dialogue, Sam, okay? Learn to strike a balance. I don't want you crashing into your limits the hard way. Malone.
Sorry to bother you.
It's no bother, Chief. What's up?
Well, I did like you told me. We discovered another section of the cave. Got some men up here from County, brought in some work lights. Been at it since late this afternoon. Pretty grim. Never seen anything like it. Looks like we uncovered someone's private graveyard. Real mess down here. Real mess.
Did I miss anything?
Just the air conditioning. Here, you're gonna want this.
Thanks.
We're not exactly moving at the speed of light here. I should have had you swing by Home Depot on the way over.
I got one more for you.
Leave it in the hallway with the others and turn up the air conditioning.
All right.
We've confirmed IDs through dental records on 9 of the victims that were reported missing in the area. This one seems to be the oldest.
Any variance in the cause of death?
Asphyxia by hand. Windpipe was crushed just like the others.
Hello.
Paul,
Samantha?
what are you doing here? I mean, I thought we pushed the motion to Friday.
Well, we pushed and they pushed back. I called your office. They told me where you were. Court said I had until 5 o'clock today.
Today, but...
I just need 10 minutes.
All right, well, let me just get this started.
Okay, I'm gonna get some air. Hi, Paul Sterling.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grace Alvarez, Paul Sterling.
Yes, hi.
And,
Hi.
I don't know who you are.
Harrison Van.
It's nice to meet you.
He's so inflammable.
Forget inflammable. He's cute. If you don't make a move quick, someone's going to bag that boy.
Can we please do this?
It looks like this one was his first victim. Like I said, seems to be the oldest, I'd say 4 months. Oh, something else. When they dug her up, her skull was partially wrapped in a towel.
He covered her face.
Found remnant decomposition in the towel's fibers. I hear he plays tennis.
I play tennis.
That's why I mentioned it. Well, there's no evidence that he blindfolded any of his other victims.
He may have known her. He may have been ashamed of what he'd done. Do we know who she is?
Not so far. Doesn't seem like she made a lot of trips to the dentist. She's still a Jane Doe.
Thanks.
You have schmutz. Schmutz.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that should do it. I'll have my office transcribe this and fax you a copy for your files.
All right. I'm sorry you had to come all this way.
Believe me, I've gone a lot further. Something wrong?
Oh, I was playing tennis the other day, and I guess I just didn't warm up enough, so. You play?
Tennis? No. Why?
No reason, just,
Oh, there is this one more thing I have to ask you now. After your husband's death, I believe you were seeing a therapist. What was the doctor's name?
Tepper. Greta Tepper.
Is that a psychologist or a psychiatric specialist?
Psychologist.
And how long did you see her?
Well, I still see her occasionally. What does this have to do with the trial?
It's just background. Any other mental health care professionals?
No.
How long were you with the FBI?
8 years.
And do you prefer red or white wine?
Is this word association?
No, it's a dinner invitation.
Oh. Well, what are we having?
French.
Red.
Burgundy or Bordeaux?
Bordeaux. Are you writing that down?
Call me when you get back. I just found this great little mom and pop French bistro downtown that's totally unknown.
Call you? Yeah, okay. I'll call you.
And Sam, in the future, if there's something you want to know about me, just ask.
"11 victims in 4 months. That's more of a spree killing, but our killer is one.
Are we still saying the trigger that started him killing was an accident that left him disfigured?
Well, that's one possibility, yeah.
I'll check the hospital records in the county court. Maybe there were lawsuits filed.
You weren't gonna eat that, right?
What did you come up with, John?
I found a small pride of hookers on the outskirts of town.
I thought they traveled in gaggles.
No run-ins with any disfigured customers, no freaks. The girls try and look after each other, but there's always a few new faces that drift in and out of town before anybody gets to know them.
We still haven't identified Jane Doe, his first victim. My guess she's a transient.
Doesn't make my job any easier.
What about the killer? Does he live here, or did he drift here?
Well, he blindfolded his first victim, which suggests he knew her. So he lives here, or maybe he used to live here.
He could have returned after the accident, expecting compassion when he didn't get it. He decided to kill. The first one made him realize he had a taste for it.
Well, that's compulsive.
Well, first killing could have been compulsive.
Yeah, but this guy's cool and collected.
Yeah, but he also considers himself a victim. I mean, that's the notion of disfigurement. So we're looking for someone who carries the psychological burden of both victim and killer.
Someone into power and dominance doesn't think of himself as a victim.
Well, not usually, no.
And he dug the body back up.
Well, you know what? Maybe he's the exception, Bailey. I don't know. I mean, you know, the disfigurement doesn't have to be physical. It could be emotional. It could be sexual. I mean, the guy probably can't even have sex. Maybe he just doesn't know he's supposed to stick to my profile so I can tell you who he is.
Sam. No one's ganging up on you, Sam. We're all just doing our job. I need something, a direction.
A profile, but no pressure, right?
I underestimated the situation. That was my misread. Look, if we're not getting anywhere on this disfigurement angle, it's time to move on, amend the profile.
There's nothing to amend, Bailey. Come on, you know how this works. One piece doesn't fit, none of it fits. There is no profile.
He's some kind of fallen hero?
Could be the killer's self-image that's disfigured. Maybe the scars from the accident are emotional, you know. Maybe he caused the accident. That would explain the sense of remorse, right? I mean, we don't know about the others, but he dug up the last victim, so... And he covers his tracks with contaminant. Grace, what are we doing here?
I need tools. They have tools.
I'm beginning to get the sense that whatever the event was that started him killing, it's now causing so much inner conflict that it's actually tearing him apart.
You sound more sure of yourself.
Yeah, well, not sure enough. I mean, something is missing. This guy will not fall into a category.
Oh, I hate it when men won't do that.
Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for setting me up to make an idiot of myself in front of Paul.
Well, he asked you out now, didn't he? I'm making a turkey next week, and it saves me a trip when I get back home.
You know, it's almost like he's killing to satisfy one set of urges, but the very act of killing itself triggers another desire. I mean, a desire to be loved at any cost. I don't know how these impulses are living side by side. Then reality strikes, and his dominant side returns. He needs to regain control. So what does he do? He uses turpentine to cover his tracks.
What's this? Turpentine. I sort of used up the last of yours. Hey, I got one. The sports figures who've been arrested on gun charges.
Well, there's Jose Canseco, the Dallas Cowboys coach.
That pitcher for the Reds.
Wrong. He played for the Indians.
Bobby.
Put him up, Kyle.
I don't wanna.
I said put him up.
Bobby!
Shut up, you baby. I win.
Hey, I got one. Soccer players who've been eaten.
Well, there's that Brazilian guy who was eaten by a crocodile. That's all I can come up with. Who are you thinking of?
Those guys in the Andes plane crash, there were at least 7 of them.
Stupid jerk. If you're gonna count players who are already dead. I didn't know you liked soccer.
Superb dinner, Bern. I can't remember the last time I had sustenance of the kind you prepare.
I can last night.
You're welcome, Kyle. Fix your button. Think he'll ever eat at his own house again?
He ain't got but a damn hot plate.
I know. I'm just saying it. I think that boy needs to get a life. Not that I'm complaining or anything. At least when you're with him, you stay out of trouble. You know, you take better care of him than you do me. You do that in jail, too?
No, what the hell's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Little pissant was none of my concern.
Kyle took care of me, ain't that right, Kyle?
I did what I could.
Once again, our big
what a
story.
horrible
The
thing.
bodies of 11 murdered women have been found in Jacobs Woods. Is a serial killer on the loose? What can you do to protect yourself? Watch News at 10 and stay tuned for more updates as the story unfolds.
You got plans tonight, huh?
Yeah, me and Carla are doing our nails.
Well, we're bowling. It's the finals.
Don't stay out too late. I don't want to be alone with that nut running around. So call if you're gonna be.
I'll remind you.
Brown noser.
She just asked you to call her.
Forget what she asked, man. We got a problem. They found our place.
You don't ever dust these.
Why should I?
They're important.
Used to be. Get in the car.
88 champions. What a great night that was.
Great night?
Tell me about it again.
88 playoffs against St. Helens.
For the division.
4th and 4. Down by a touchdown. I take the snap, pump fake right, hand off to McPhee.
The wall linebackers comes rushing in and drops McPhee.
I reverse tackle right, ball on my hip, cross the goal line.
Untouched and in for 6.
Hey! People are talking out here.
What do we do with her?
Get in the car.
Maybe we could take her to Vanderbilt Field.
And do what? Plant her under second base?
The old bomber plant?
An hour drive up, an hour back. Spend the whole night commuting. Then I got to answer to Bernie, who said she didn't want me out all night. I wish to God I never set eyes on your sorry ass. What kind of moron gets himself thrown in jail on purpose?
I didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah, right. Knock over a donut shop right across from a sheriff's station. All because you got that twisted up hand. I mean, you could have done something with your life. But no. You gotta go dig her back up again because you can't control yourself. Now the whole damn county knows.
I just wanted to see her again. Makes me think of you, Bobby. How strong you are.
Stop crying. I'm gonna take care of this, Kyle. But you owe me big, you got that?
Anything you want, Bobby, you know that.
Bomber plant's okay, I guess. Hey, I got one. Springsteen songs with the word ambulance in the lyrics.
Jungle Land, best song on Born to Run.
For you, best song on the river.
For you's not on the river.
For you is on the river.
I must be forgetting.
The upside is I no longer fear death. Really, for whatever sins I may have committed, I've already served my time in hell.
I thought the concept of hell was foreign to Jewish tradition.
No Jews have ever been to Coleman. At least none that are brilliant navigators of the internet.
Why? What'd you find?
Jane Doe's dental records. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll repair that before we check out. The cord in here wasn't modular. What were they thinking?
Well, people might actually use them to talk?
No. Wiring in this place hasn't changed since Eisenhower. I'm actually upgrading their system. Okay. Her name was Jeannie Carter. She was arrested in Fairbanks, Alaska, 1993, for writing bad checks. From that, I was able to track her social security number. And I noticed that she listed herself on her 1040 as a dancer. And I know I'm not supposed to get into IRS records, but I only peeked for like a second. Anyway, I still needed a business address. And I know I'm not supposed to get into medical records without a subpoena, but aside from that and, one or two other things, this information was obtained completely sort of legally. And this is the employer address she gave to the doctor.
The Hungry Kitty?
Uh-huh. It's a strip club. Yeah, they have their own webpage.
Jeannie Carter? Honey, she barely even answered to her own name. I mean, she was so caught up in that Leanne Rhymes thing. I mean, that was even her stage name. And she dressed like Leanne, walked like Leanne. She spent every dime on CDs, videos, concerts.
Why didn't you report her missing?
I just assumed she went back up north. You know, she was migratory. And the money was good in Alaska.
Do you know where she lived here?
Any guy who had cash in his pocket and half an hour to kill, according to the barkeep.
Did any of her regular tricks seem violent?
I don't know. And like I said, she was migratory. You know, she kept her private life private. Sometimes, though, she'd crash on the cop backstage. She had a locker.
Would you mind showing us?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. This'll do fine. We'll dump her dead body down here. Maybe they'll find her in 100 years. It's stuck. Kyle. Kyle! You know what? I made a car tape of the river and stuck for you at the end of it. That's why I associate it with the river. Guess you were right. Bobby. Come on. Later, okay? I'm going back to the car and get a tire iron.
And she'd just be Leanne Rhymes. You know what I mean? And she'd put these on and just be her. I tell you though, she really pulled it off. Oh shoot, I gotta go. Will you just close it up when you're done, okay, honey?
There, too. You can't be worshipped unless there's someone to worship you. One of them was probably in an accident. The other one probably caused it. He's the dominant one, the planner, the one who gets off on killing. The submissive one went back and dug her up, but without his buddy to supervise, he didn't do it right. He missed that button.
Separately, they're incapable of committing a serious crime. Together, they reach critical mass. I'll have George update the search pattern to include non-violent offenders. They could have done time together and counting on small stuff.
It's probably where their little marriage of heaven and hell began.
Call Stubbs. I want every square inch of this county patrolled, day and night.
Bobby, she's alive! Alive, I'm telling you, her eyes open, she's moving around, alive, alive! What? Alive, as in moving, making noise, alive, alive!
Bobby,
wait.
I heard. Damn it! Give me a hand.
Hey, who's down there?
Bomber plant, you dummy. Why I listen to you, I'll never know.
Got 45 minutes to get me every piece of forensic report.
I think I got it. A prisoner released from Coleman County 2 days before the first attack, Kyle McCaffrey. He was doing 6 months for a bungled robbery. Tried to hold up a pastry shop across the street from the sheriff's station. His cellmate, Bobby Lawrence, was doing 18 months for armed robbery.
Lawrence is a local boy, born and raised in Cullman. Reason enough. He's a former high school football star.
Hometown hero.
Yeah, it gets better. I emailed Bobby's DMV photo over to Gwen at the Hungry Kitty webpage, and she recognized him as a regular. This right here is his address. And the coup de grace for our folie à deux, Kyle McAfee, our bungling burglar. He's on disability.
So Lawrence would be the dominant one. He'd have a car, driver's license.
One of my boys just took a call. Some gal's babysitter hasn't shown up for work in 3 days. There's no answer at her home phone.
Get a plate from DMV. Get it out to you guys. John, get an address S08.
You bet.
One piece, it all comes together.
Yeah, hey, I need to get an address for him.
You were on it the whole time, Sam.
Okay, wait just 1 second.
I told you my husband's not here.
Where is he?
He's bowling. Hey, your feet, I just mopped in here.
He's not here.
Did you get the license plate out to you guys?
Yeah, they're on it.
Man, would you chill? You're making me skittish.
Sorry. It was just so...
It was just so what? I'm the one at risk here.
Football players accused of sexual assault.
Not now. Bobby?
Out of the car! Now! Hands where I can see them! Let me see your hands!
Where's the body, Kyle? This is gonna go one of two ways. Either Bobby fingers you, and you do a full boat for 11 counts of murder, or you give us Bobby, spend a few years in jail, and go back to your life. Are you listening, Kyle?
I'm listening.
We have to break him. DNA won't give us squat unless we get a body. We can't hold him on the profile.
Try and look at this from Bobby's perspective. The only way out of this for him is to give us you, Kyle. You think he won't do that? We know he's the one who killed those women. You shouldn't have to pay for his crimes. There's still time to make a deal. Where'd you dump the body, Kyle?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Day after day in prison. Nothing to do but talk, share fantasies. Kyle strokes Bobby's ego. Bobby watches out for Kyle. Symbiotic, twisted.
Kyle gets out of prison, heads straight for Bobby. Bobby takes his buddy out for a drink to his favorite bar, buys him his favorite girl. Only she rejects him.
So Bobby kills her, giving Kyle back his dignity. And once again, Bobby is Kyle's hero. And so their spree begins. They're not going to roll over on each other, Bailey.
Kyle's not budging. He's sticking to the script.
He's psychologically incapable of giving Bobby up.
But Bobby's not a hero anymore. He was in county lockup on petty stuff.
Doesn't matter. Kyle broke the law so he could be with him. Bobby is his idol. He worships him.
Well, we're not going to break Bobby. He's the stronger of the two.
No. No, he's the weak one. He's got things you can destroy. A reputation. An ego.
Neither one of them had sex with the victims.
Kyle's afraid of sex. Bobby gets off on the kill.
Bring in Bobby. Two guys meet in prison. Regular guys in for small stuff. Paths cross, fantasies merge. I hate to see Bobby. I want to go home. But Kyle's not going to roll over on you, and you're not going to roll over on Kyle. It's too damn hot to play games. Personally, I don't care what a guy's into. I'm in a sick business, Bobby. I've seen it all. Pedophiles, sadomasochists. Nothing surprises me anymore. Some guy wants to diddle a stiff. Who am I to judge? Oh, yeah. Took us a while to figure out why Joyce Granger was dug up and reburied. Thank God for modern forensics. But you know what I really hate? I hate letting some gimp get away with it. Maybe it's some flaw in my upbringing. I don't know. I'm insensitive or something. Too callous. I mean, why should they get better parking than we do? Huh? But the families of those victims, what they have to live with makes me sick, Bobby. The thought of that gimp killing those girls, I can't live with that. And what you did to them afterwards, I'm wasting my time trying to explain to a psychopath. I can't even make it with a live woman. Just tell me one thing, Bobby. How did you go from the state championship to hugging stiffs?
I never touched one of them after they were dead.
The only person I know who wakes up when the light goes off.
Yeah, well, sleeping never has been my strong suit.
I owe you an apology, Sam.
No, you don't.
Don't make me apologize for apologizing. 9 years you've never steered me wrong. Part of my job is to absorb the pressure, not apply it. I'm human. Don't let that get around.
Yeah. Your secret is safe with me.
You're going out with Paul Sterling.
Oh, well, I don't know about going out. I mean, you know. Do you know Paul?
Just by name, you know, you hear things.
Like what?
Nothing.
What?
I hear he's a great guy.
Well, I don't know about great. I mean, no, you know, he's nice.
Get some sleep.